Happy Sunday, everybody. Hi, my name is Rebecca. Welcome to my channel. I posted a video Friday of something that I have had in my craft stash for a very long time, and it was the infinity wreath from the Dollar Tree. And I just hadn't known what to do with it, so I created just a traditional wreath with it. And a lot of you may or may not have access to that, so I thought I would throw in a bonus video for this week and show you what Dollar Tree has in the stores right now that you could create a Valentine wreath with. So come craft with me. I found these yardsticks at the Dollar Tree, these little tin yardsticks, and I thought that they were absolutely adorable. And the metal spike, the little metal stick, they just pull right out. And I'm going to tell you, it was cold, it was raining, it was sleeting, and I did not feel like going outside. So I took an ice pick and I took my meat tenderizer from the kitchen and a little block of wood, and I hammered a hole in the corner of this sign. You can craft with just about anything. And I live in an older house, and you have to go outside to access the garage, and I was just not going to get my fur wet that particular day, and I was cold anyway, so this is what I decided that I was going to do. So if you feel like you need a bunch of fancy tools to craft with, you don't. You can make do with what you've got in your kitchen cabinets. I put some crafting wire through my little hole, and I wired it to my wreath form that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, this little heart-shaped wreath form. I kind of figured out where I wanted it to be positioned on my wreath form, and I wired it in really good where I had put the hole in, and I kind of bit down the wire just a little bit, and then on the top there's kind of a hanger. It had a little ribbon through that I cut off, and I just put a little bit of the crafting wire through that hole, and I wired it in through the top, and I clipped that off with my little wire cutters, and I was in business. I finally got around to cutting off the tag, and I had picked up some 5.5-inch Deco mesh ribbon at Hobby Lobby when they had their 66% off Christmas sale, because I knew Valentine's Day was going to be just around the corner. So I took my little craft mat from the Dollar Tree that I use as a template, and I cut about 7 inches off of the Deco mesh, and I cut 3 sections off, and then I usually cut my chenille stems in sections of 3. If you're going to use the Deco mesh from the Dollar Tree, you're going to probably need about 3 rolls, because they only come in about 7 to 7.5 foot rolls, where the Hobby Lobby rolls come in 30-foot rolls. So, and I didn't use all of the rolls. I did have some left over, so you're going to probably need about 2.5 rolls. So you're going to need about 3 rolls of the red and 3 rolls of the white. As it naturally rolls up, I'm just going to roll them up into like a little bitty burrito. And one end, roll it up to the other end and kind of squish it to the middle, put it together with a chip clip, and then take my chenille stem and I'm going to wrap it around the middle really, really tight, squish it together, kind of lay it over on the middle and give it a really nice tight twist. And then you're going to have just a little bit left over, a little tail, so that you can attach it to your wreath form. And I'm going to do the same thing with red. I'm going to just alternate my red and white because I'm doing kind of a hot cocoa theme and kind of a candy cane peppermint hot cocoa theme for Valentine's Day this year, so I'm doing kind of a red and white. I have said it once, I'll say it again, I'm only here to show you what I did and what my inspiration is. You can use whatever colors that you want. Dollar Tree has these signs. They're in all different colors. They would be gorgeous in pinks and purples, and whatever your Valentine theme is, these wreaths and these little metal signs make absolutely gorgeous wreaths. And so I'm just going to make my little bundles and roll them up into like little burritos, and I'm going to put them together, and I'm just going to sit, watch some football, and put my little bundles together. I knew that I was going to probably need at least most of my rolls, so I just sat and made my bundles and kind of watched some football and started then attaching them to the wreath. I started at the bottom. I gave them some really good tight twists, and I did a red and a white, and I started my pattern since I was doing an alternating pattern and I just wasn't doing one color, and I wanted to make sure that I got underneath that little metal sign, that little tin sign. I wanted to make sure that it kind of flowed up over the top of that and I didn't have any gaps. So I wanted to make sure it was on there really good and tight, and I had a crossbar to grab onto. I had picked up these beautiful little lollipop embellishments at 66% off in the Christmas shop at Hobby Lobby. But I'm telling you, Dollar Tree had some gorgeous Valentine picks, or you don't have to put picks in this at all, but they had gorgeous heart Valentine picks. They have roses with hearts in them, or just roses or big cabbage roses. I mean, just let your imagination go wild. The possibilities are endless. And so I put these Hobby Lobby picks in at the bottom, and then I kind of wound it up and looped it over, bent it over, and then I took a zip tie and I zip tied it really tight in there and I clipped it off. That way, since I didn't hot glue it, I'm not married to it. Next year, if I want to do something different with this, I can clip all of this out and change the colors. If I decide I don't like the hot cocoa theme or I don't like the candy theme, I can do something completely different. I had another one, so I decided to put it at the very top of this, and I kind of wanted it to look like it was coming out of the hearts, kind of hearts and candy theme. And so I did the exact same thing. I always forget to clip the tags off. I get scatterbrained and I get one track mind, and I just get intrinsically focused on what I'm doing and I forget the tags. So I finally got the tag clipped off and I got it placed exactly where I wanted it, and then I zip tied that one into place, and I zip tied it really, really tight so that it wouldn't slip and it wouldn't slide anywhere, and I actually zip tied it to the crossbar of the wreath form. And I don't know, for some reason it was just sliding all over the place. But once I finally got it into place and I liked where it was placed, and these little wire picks are so awesome because you can figure out where you want them and you can bend them and you can kind of just mold them into where you want them to be. And once you get them into place, then you can just clip off the zip tie, the little back to the zip tie. I am a fusser. I will fuss with something, and instead of just kind of maybe laying something down and walking away from it for a minute and taking a breath, I will just fuss and I will fuss, and because I just know I can get it to work. So I finally got it to work, and then I just started putting my bundles in. And I put a rotating pattern of red and white, and I even put a piece of Deco mesh around the top of my little decorative embellishment, my little wire pick, so that it looked from the front very, very full. I actually put 2 pieces of Deco mesh bundles on my wire pick, and then I turned it over and I pulled it to the front and fluffed it around in between the 2 pieces of candy so that it looked very full and fluffy. I have less than $10 in this wreath. And yes, I did get my Deco mesh on sale, but you can accomplish the same thing with dollar store Deco mesh. And it is a huge impact on a very small budget. And it makes a beautiful Valentine's Day statement. I'm in love with it. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. The weather in Southwest Missouri is just all over the place. It's hot, it's cold, it's raining, it's snowing. Doesn't know what it wants to do. So when the weather is like that, I know what I want to do, and I want to stay inside, and I want to craft. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell so that you know when I've uploaded my next video. Give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching Crafts, Laughs, and Chaos and supporting my channel. Y'all mean the world to me, and have a wonderful weekend.